I need someone who is way smarter than me to tell me what these are.
Yes, as a lot of people have said in the comments, this is GRAUPEL. But GRAUPEL's awesome because it almost defies science as you know it.
They're like Dippin' Dots, but they're not Dippin' Dots.
They are like Dippin' Dots, and the reason is because you need liquid water that exists below freezing in order for it to occur. Okay, so let's do some science for a moment here. There's a lot of different types of precipitation. This shows how all precipitation starts to snow, all of it. Even rain in the summertime starts to snow, but what happens is it falls through warmer air and it melts and it goes to rain. And if you don't have warmer air aloft, you get snow as it begins and you get snow when it ends. Sleet is when your snowflake melts into some warmer air that's up above and it makes the snowflake turn into a water drop, and then that water drop has a chance to freeze and fall as an ice pellet. And GRAUPEL exists right here between snow and sleet. So here's a science fact that'll break your brain. Liquid water in the atmosphere exists below freezing, and we don't lose liquid water in the atmosphere until the temperature reaches -40. You see, water has something called surface tension, so if you ever overfill a glass and it kind of bubbles over but it doesn't spill, it's that surface tension that keeps it from spilling. So surface tension is basically the molecules of the water really want to stick together and keep it cohesive and keep it together. If the water droplet is small enough, the surface tension will be so strong that it will not allow the water drop to molecularly freeze. And that's because in liquid water, all the molecules are wiggly jiggly all over the place. But when water freezes, the molecules form very set rows and columns, like an Excel spreadsheet. If the surface tension is too great around the outside of that water drop, it doesn't allow the molecules to physically move to form those rows and columns. So the water drop will exist well below freezing, well below, like 10 degrees, 0 degrees, -10. It's not until -40 that the molecular structure is forced to overcome that, to overcome the surface tension and freeze. And so once you reach -40, we don't have any liquid water that exists below freezing anymore. This is called supercooled water, and it is a critical part of GRAUPEL. So something has to happen to break the surface tension of this drop in order for it to freeze. And believe it or not, being hit by a snowflake can be enough. GRAUPEL are snowflakes that have collected supercooled water drops on the way down, and as the snowflake bumped it, they froze. And so it forms almost like a hail-ish type of pellet if you feel it, the Dippin' Dots consistency, all of that. And what it is a snowflake that got covered with supercooled water that did eventually freeze. If you ever think it's hailing in the wintertime where you are, 99% chance it's GRAUPEL. And it's not super common, and most people don't know it by its name, but because it resides right here, right on the sliver of this type of area in the entire realm of precipitation types, you just don't get it very often.